You see that there's a lot of work ahead of you. This might be in the traditional sense, this might be on an internal sense, this might be making peace with the traditions that you grew up with. Maybe you're sparking kind of a new flame on those ideas by collaborating with others. Um, you have a tendency to go into a situation head on, like with your passions, and also from with compassion, like for as like almost this like motherly presence for everything around you. But you kind of let your anxieties interfere with your happiness in that way. It's like you always have these new ideas coming up, and then that causes you like strife, I guess, in your, I don't want to say in your work, but in whatever is like really fueling your fire. Uh, so this is really leading to a lot of uproar in your life. Uh, so continue to be the mother, continue to connect and hold your balance. Know that creating all of this, using your thoughts too much can really interfere with your happiness. So, maybe kind of cutting away some of these thoughts, it could be a resolution to that. And just kind of like soaking in your happiness and not letting the fire control you, like you control it, kind of thing. Chop away the wood that you don't need or whatever, hypothetically. Um, you feel like you're ready to you feel like you're ready to finally put yourself out there and try to find someone who really matches you on every single level. It can feel so good. It's like the one of the biggest luxuries in life is feeling appreciated and loved, but then also to return that. So jump into this fool's journey. You're starting off as the Prince of Cups, and so she has to offer her. She has her innocence and her divine connection to offer. As you seek out these relationships that you've been desiring for so long to help feel your passions and also your emotional well-being, know that this venture is being supported. Know that you're seen, that you've started this path, and you'll continue to be guided towards this luxurious emotional life that you've always known to be true but haven't quite experienced yet. So you think you're ready for new love. You always tend to go on it into it with a lot of like thought, and you're ready, and you think that's what's going to bring you really good emotions, going into it really strong and heavy, but it always leads you to feeling like something's not coming to fruition, like you aren't quite getting what you need by what you're giving out. So give into this change that's coming up. Cast your web of creation and let it fall into place. Decide what you want to create your. So like if you could see here, so what she's wanting being in her hands, and then letting that all kind of fall into place, and decide what you want over here and decide what you want over here. Decide what's going to support your web or your net or whatever you want to call it, to really catch what you're wanting. Kind of let the other stuff slide away and just know what you're wanting. Create a filter, and create with that type of intention. That way the universe can bring things to you and you can kind of cut through the weeds. And this could be in love relationships, or it could be in platonic relationships. It could be in, any type of I would say it is definitely probably something that is more emotional, like on more of like an intimate level, but definitely any type of relationship. So it's calling you to consider change, and how you've been going kind of back and forth in your relationships from the past by going in with so much force. um, So yeah, just really take control of your relationships and know you have the power to change not what you accept into your life. You know, there's always going to be stuff coming into your life, but whether if you accept it or not is up to you. That's where our free will comes in. So as you come at all of this, at the center of you, remember that you are the universe around you. On these cards of what you represents you, we've got virtue, 3 of wands, science, 6 of swords, and strength, 9 of or 9 of wands, I'm sorry. So we've got a 3, 6, 9 here, and I just thought that that was such a cool, because there's virtue, science, and strength. So these are your core values, is doing things with virtue in your passions, in your relationships, in your work, and whatever is bringing you joy. You want to do that in a way that is good and for the greatest good. And that gives you a lot of strength behind your passions. That helps you remain balanced. That gives you a reason to take care of yourself. And you're able to, by taking care of yourself, you're able to really balance your thoughts. But, you know, I mean, again, we're kind of, I think, you know, something that you do that is interfering in your life is, you know, letting this go. So this is who you really are. So maybe any resistance that you're feeling to who you really are is what's causing problems. So if you're negative thinking, or how your thoughts are causing negative interactions with others, know that at the core of you, you have it in you to decipher these things strategically. So know that you are full of virtue and strength, and you can overcome any type of resistance that you're getting from being your true authentic self. And then we also got the Ace of Pentacles. And so, you know, this has like wings all around it. And so I just think it's really time to take off with this. Take off with who you are. Let this really guide where you're going into your new adventures and your work, and your inner, and figuring out like what is good about tradition and what might not be. You know, as you figure out how to, you know, stop having so many like drama moments in your life, and really just letting all the stuff slide away that you don't need anymore. You know, you're kind of ready, you're thinking you're ready to start really putting yourself out there in a way that really shows who you are at the core of you. And you're really hoping that's going to bring in the partnerships you've been desiring. And I think that as you do that, you're thinking, and I think you are correct, that this back and forth you've been going in your previous relationships in the past is not, you can't bring that into the future with you if you want change. You're going to have to be more intentional in how you create your relationships and what you let into your life. So yeah, and then for advice over here, I think we got, again, a lot of sword energy. A lot of just like, before you let your thoughts ruin you, take a beat. You know, sort them out. Okay, we've got the 6 to kind of keep from these cruel thoughts from interfering from you really being the gentle mother presence that you are and being happy. Don't let all of these thoughts ruin you. You know, take a second to make peace with your thoughts and kind of consider, okay, what am I going to let into? Don't believe everything you think. You have to decide, what am I going to let into this reality, and what am I going to keep hidden, or not hidden, but filter and know that that is not useful for me. You know, my thoughts aren't using me, I'm using them. You know, they come to me for me to use as a tool to, you know, shape my reality. So don't let them use you, okay? Start thinking in a new way. And again, start letting go of any kind of resistance. Taking a beat before you act and before you let your thoughts bring you to ruin. Because if that's a cycling pattern, you know, you've got to kind of like take a sec to really make sure you're ready to take that change. It's going to feel weird, and it's going to feel like, I don't know, are people still going to like me? Am I still going to be, am I going to be left disappointed with my actions? I think that, if you're feeling that way, step back and find your inner light to help guide you forward. This really seems like a someone who is feeling like they know that at the core of them, what they've got going on is good. And they're trying to go towards the things that they know are good and work on that and have passions about the things that they know are good. But they're having a hard time sorting out the relationships and getting the support that they need from the outside world. So, yeah. I really think you can do it, though. I really think that this person is seeing, how they can change the world around them. So I'm going to pull one oracle card and just kind of see, or maybe a few, we'll see what happens. Any last notes on this reading? See the truth. See the truth. So I think you're seeing the truth. I think that is a big thing of what this represents here is, really knowing what the truth of you is. Really knowing what you can let go that isn't you, that maybe you've picked up from other people. And knowing how to move forward in the world in an authentic way to attract the people and experiences and fulfillment that you want in your life. Sometimes we have to step away to really, sort out our thoughts and really, decide what we're going to continue with and what we're going to let keep plaguing us. It's like we can't just let the same things keep happening and happening again, or things are never going to change. So to bring in these new relationships, this transitional period, take control. Know that you have the power to change your reality. The truth is what's going to help you get there. If you keep being illusioned, if you keep having illusions, you're going to keep having things to sort out. So ask to be disillusioned. Ask to know the truth of what you need to know to do what you desire, which is, let go of all the things that are causing resistance in your life and being your true self. Seek your answers within. So I think this is going to come by you, maybe some meditation. We also got the Hermit. Take this time to seek the answers within. Take all of this, sword energy here. Holy cow, so many swords. And cups, but all of these swords here. Take all of this and figure all of this out. You might be kind of disappointed with yourself a little bit, that you've been letting all of this plague you so much. It's like, but once you, kind of drop all that and the disappointment and look within and find your light to guide you to the truth of reality and your place within it, that is what's going to bring in the change you desire. That is what's going to let you shed the old you, and you can become a new and throw yourself on this wheel of fortune and with it upright. Well, actually, I don't take reversals, but, and as long as you continue to, follow your guidance within, because it seems like you have really strong internal guidance, it's always going to work out in your favor, no matter what. Even if it feels like it doesn't for a minute, it will lead to something better. So, see your truth. Seek the answers within. It seems like you've gone a really long way. I'm getting excited for you. Just know that you've got it. Life is always going to be hard. So just be the observer if things are crumbling a little bit, and you'll get through it. You got it. Good job.